Hello, welcome in. This is Cleo and it's great to be back. I hope you're all doing really well. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your really generous donations. Of course, it makes you feel really good. So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to get on with it. I've got a really important message from the ethers. Again, thanks for all the likes, comments, and subscriptions. You guys are amazing. My channel, if you're new here, is all about helping you create your own reality using the sacred tarot keys. So this is your reality creation station, and I'm going to get going. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, divine beings, ancestors. Can you give us the most important message for my viewer? What do we need to know? Okay, I've got the King of Wands showing up first of all. Very fiery, this one, very powerful. Okay, I'm getting that you're very inspiring. You're an inspiration to a lot of people, even though they might not tell you that. Okay, your fire lights up a lot of hearts, a lot of minds. And it's almost like you're a trailblazer. That's the word I want to use, trailblazer, where you do things before other people. You have beautiful, bright, wonderful ideas, sovereign ideas. You know, the King of Wands is a sovereign being, a king, male or female. You know, you're someone who is ahead of the game, and your ideas do come from the divine realm. They want you to know this. And you're very prophetic. You've got this prophetic way of getting information from the ethers, from the divine, before other people. So it's great that the King of Wands energy has such confidence, because you need that confidence to do things before there's any evidence that it will be accepted or acknowledged or even understood. You know, loads of things, you know, they seemed crazy when they first came out. I was just watching, I think it was that program 1883 or 1923. I think it was 1923. And they thought the washing machine was crazy when it was first released. But look now, we couldn't live without our washing machines, right? So, you know, they were even questioning, well, what will we do if we have a machine that does all our washing? And who'd have thought, you know, back then that everyone would have one. So there's something about the energy you hold being so precious and golden and royal. You know, this is about you holding this divine royal energy and really having the confidence, I feel like, to implement your ideas in a way that inspires others and leads others and guides others. Show me more. The lizard could be significant here as well. They're really pulling me to the crystal ball on this card and the lizard. Okay, there's something about the lizard, you know, reptiles and lizards are, you know, some of the oldest creatures on the earth. Okay, so there's something I'm hearing about your bloodline going back to the very first people that were on this earth. Okay, a royal bloodline. And you are their precious front runner. You are their precious offspring, I'm getting. And, you know, you're leading the way for your whole bloodline is what I'm getting with this one. And they're saying, you know, the lizard could be a lucky totem for you. They're saying look out for lizard synchronicities and symbols. And also trust the guidance you're being given at this time with the crystal ball energy. Look out for things that are indigo colored or like a royal blue, because this is all about you truly acknowledging and accepting your sovereignty, accepting that you are astral royalty and that you are here to do things differently and possibly to stand out, you know, to stand out from the crowd and to wear your crown proudly, because you're bringing in energies. And I'm getting the purple hue on this card is really important. And again, male or female, this is about you being a leader. You know, a soul leader, someone whose soul is bringing in information and data and an essence that is supposed to be aware that you are astral royalty. So now I'm letting you know that you are astral royalty. That should really kind of bolster your connection to the divine. There's something about the color purple here as well, you know, and you bringing in really rich, really high quality ideas. You know, loads of people want to be an entrepreneur and loads of people want to think they're a leader and loads of people do things that they think are new and original, but you are truly new and original. And I'm literally seeing you as a giant, really. You know, your energy is so big and magnanimous that I'm seeing a pyramid and I'm seeing you stood there as if you are taller than the pyramid, but really at the top of the pyramid of consciousness, and your energy being so rich that, you know, sometimes you could find that it's people react to you in a way that makes you feel like maybe your energy is too much, or, you know, they kind of give you a strange look because they're not used to someone who holds the essence of astral royalty. But you're here to be you, okay? And they're here really to follow you. And that might sound a bit stuck up or whatever, but that just is the truth. So, you know, you can't push someone's nose out of joint if they are a pure soul. So they're saying those people that react strangely to your royal energy, your astral royal energy, they're not the people for you. And, you know, they criticize, but they soon copy from afar. Once you've established yourself and, you know, the things that you provide or promote or create are accepted by the mainstream, then those people who act crazily towards you or act like you're crazy, right? It's projection most of the time, you know. Most of those people, they will end up actually sort of very quietly coming on board with your ideas from a distance, because I feel like there's something big you're going to be implementing or something big you're going to be doing with this big rich energy of yours. And that's the truth, you know. Ace of Swords, you're very clear in how you see yourself, and you don't need anyone else to agree with you on this. You've always known there was something different about you, and you've always noticed that your energy is kind of amazing, you know, that your energy has a certain quality to it, that you've got that je ne sais quoi, that you've got that kind of essence that maybe people copy, or, you know, people either copy you, I'm getting, or they act like there's something wrong with you because you make them feel so inferior. But that's their problem, okay? Your bloodline and your ancestry have worked very hard to get you into this position. And no, two bloodlines are the same. No, everyone's not the same, right? Your bloodline has been working very, very hard, and you've taken up so many gifts of your bloodline. And now they really are sort of relying on you. Not that there's any chance that you could ever get this wrong, but they're really watching you with this kind of beautiful gaze of cherishment. Like, they really cherish you, your ancestors, because you really do represent the family properly, and you really have done them proud thus far, and they know that you're going to do them even more proud as you go forward with your clear-minded ways. They really want to get across that those times when you view yourself, you know, as this amazing being, when you recognize your beauty and your intelligence and your rare gifts, and they really want to emphasize rare gifts. You are so rare and you are so gifted. Those times that maybe you recognize that you're not being conceited and you're not being vain, and there's nothing wrong with you seeing the truth of who you are. Ace of Swords energy. Just because maybe other people in your life haven't really compared to your energy, that doesn't mean that you're wrong when you're weighing and measuring your energy and comparing yourself and thinking, you know what, maybe I am different. Maybe I am special. Maybe I do have something other people don't have. They're saying, yes, you do. You're astral royalty. And we worked hard to get you here. This is your ancestors speaking. They're saying, we worked really hard to get you here. And part of the reason why, you know, you're so gifted and you've got such a rare, unique essence is because of what your bloodline did in the past. And of course, genetics pass upwards to the most fresh member of the family. And that's why, you know, you've got this big palette of gifts and energies and talents and, you know, this amazing way about you, because you are a continuation of your wondrous bloodline. So they want you to walk tall and be really proud of who you are, and understand that it's good when you think the most of yourself. It's great when you feel like you are worth $1 million, or when you really see the pricelessness of your being, and when you can really feel your value and you get a real high from it and you get a real kick from it. Your ancestors benefit. That's them joining you in your magnetic field. That's them really kind of joining you on that high vibrational, yes, this feels amazing kind of frequency. When you feel at your best and you can see that you are the best, that is you being who you truly are. And they're saying, you know, socially speaking, you feeling like you are the best of the best. First of all, it might make people around you feel some kind of way. They might not really like it if they've got insecurities, or if, you know, they don't feel like they can match up to you. But you're planting a flag so that other people can learn to be their sovereign selves as well. So it's essential that you think the most of yourself. It's essential that you recognize how royal you are and how beautiful you are. And those moments you have where you recognize your majesty, they're saying capitalize on those moments, really milk those moments for all they're worth, really sort of sink into that feeling and allow that feeling to become your new normal, because that is who you are and it's not going to change. And this lifetime for you is absolutely epic. This is your epic lifetime. And, you're being watched from non-physical, okay? It's almost like you are the representative of your family. Okay, we've got the devil energy coming out. Greatness attracts envy. You know this, guys. You know it. But most of the people who've got a problem with you being who you truly are, they're completely locked in negative patterns, negative cycles. They're beneath you frequency-wise. They've got issues, okay? They build they build houses of cards to hide within. They've built themselves up a sort of maze of lies so that they don't have to face who they truly are. But at the end of the day, that's not your problem. I feel like, your biggest challenge is realizing that the people who maybe sit sort of in your subconscious mind, the people who are kind of putting you off, maybe really truly strutting your stuff and being who you truly are, if that makes sense. Because they will sit in your subconscious mind. We're all very adaptable creatures and we do adapt to our habitat quite a lot. But your challenge right now is to not adapt to your habitat and to not adapt to those people who kind of quietly sit on the sidelines, and your subconscious mind is really aware of them. And I feel like they're putting you off really being who you truly are, because deep down they won't like it, because they're boring or they're mundane or they're mainstream. But Spirit is saying soon enough, once you really hold this frequency of being true astral royalty, and we've got the Queen of Wands to match the King, pure sunshine on legs. This is pure golden energy I'm feeling. Once you learn to hold this frequency, despite any opposition, whether it's obvious or whether it's subtle, whether it's just, your mind being aware of this kind of societal threat of people who really, they might go on Instagram and they might act like they want everyone to be confident, but deep down it's law of the jungle. And I feel like that's what you're coming up against here with this devil energy. People who will never tell you what they truly think, but you can feel their energy because you're astral royalty. You've got these psychic gifts and this beautiful instinctive way of knowing that deep down, when you start really living your best life, you're going to get a reaction from it. And, your ancestors are saying, do not let this put you off, okay? Because once you start holding this frequency of royalty, you go up, the divine escalator, and you start getting in beautiful offers, innocent offers, pure-hearted offers that really match who you truly are and allow you to really begin. And I'm getting this message through here. It's like you're beginning this divine fiasco or this divine orchestra. Okay, fiasco is probably not the right word, but I feel like you're worried about some sort of fiasco. I think that means like a bit of a palaver, a bit of a crazy reaction from people. You are here to set the stage. You are a stage setter. You are someone who's come here to set a frequency that's so powerful and so divine that it ripples through the entire world. And now is your time to do it. And your ancestors walk with you everywhere you go. And, this is the card of God. This is the card of higher authorities. So Spirit wants you to know that your job here is to really embody this astral royalty and understand that this is your divine work, and not let any lower vibrational beings put you off doing this. They'll never be happy. Spirit's saying even in the next life, these ones won't be happy. So I know something's playing on your mind with this devil energy. It might not be other people, but normally it is, because the world only exists in our minds, right? If you were just here on the earth plane all by yourself, who would you be? That's what Spirit wants you to embody, because without realizing it, we take on other people's thoughts and energies, and we automatically know that there's a cause and effect at play when it comes to people we're dealing with. And, you could have a friend for years who likes you in a certain modality. But as soon as you start making money, or as soon as you start truly shining, maybe, just maybe, they won't be such a good friend anymore. That's kind of the energy I'm getting with this devil energy. But your job is to shine. Your job is to truly make that confidence and make that golden feeling you get be your new everyday feeling. That is your new normal, feeling like absolute royalty. Okay, we've got the Four of Wands here, and we've got the Two of Swords right here next to it. So you know who you are, but it's almost like you've been avoiding embracing it. You've been avoiding truly celebrating yourself because, you know, it might make you stand out. It might make other people react a certain way to you. But there are celebrators waiting to celebrate with you. This is about you having the guts and the gumption to truly represent your bloodline and to really allow yourself to shine and to really live your best life. And, you know, these people will fall away. Anyone in devil energy will fall out of your reality. It's universal law. Once you are truly shining, you will see who your true friends are, or you'll make new ones with the Page of Cups energy coming in. You'll make new and better friends, but there are definitely supporters here waiting for you with this Four of Wands energy. And I know you've already seen who you are with this Two of Swords, but you keep on pulling the blindfold back down and maybe settling into the status quo. Maybe it's because it's difficult sometimes to maybe tell people, you know, I'm astral royalty and, you know, this is my spiritual truth. You don't have to tell them, you know, but I get it. You know, there's one world when we're dealing with other people, and there's one world when we're watching YouTube tarot videos. But you don't have to tell the outside world what you're doing. You just have to embody it, you know, but it's almost like you have to blend your spiritual truth into your physical reality now. And Four of Wands energy, I really love this. The torches are going to be lit up for you. You're going to know the right direction to go in because it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel warm and passionate and free and daring even. But it's going to light you up and light your soul up. Excitement and, oh, that feeling of really truly living life. That's the feeling you want to follow with this, you know, and there are loads of other people out there like this. Maybe not as many, you know, there's not as many great ones on the planet as there are devils, but there's enough for you to join up with because they're so obvious. You know, let the devils highlight the gems and find your way towards the gems. That's your next mission. They want you to write in the comments, I am astral royalty, you know. And they're saying you don't have to sort of shout this out loud, but you have to shine. It's your job for your ancestors. It's your job for yourself to truly embody your higher self and to let yourself be who you know yourself to truly be because they've watched you. Your ancestors know who you truly are. Maybe when you've got your headphones on and you feel great and you're relaxing, you know, that feeling you get of life being good and of loving yourself so much, they want that to be your normal everyday thing. Sun energy. Okay, on top of the Ace of Swords. So this is about you allowing the spotlight to shine on you. This is about you allowing the gods to move through you, the divine to work through you, and to be that representative of the divine on earth. Okay, and your bloodline are watching you here. So they want you to, you know, act as if your ancestors are watching you all the time. Maybe not all the time. We need our privacy. But you know what I mean? You know, when it comes to the outside world, they want you to take that true self of yours out into the world with you and start acting from that sparkly place. Start acting from that golden place of who you know yourself to truly be. They're saying this will take confidence because these devils out in the world, they try their best to make you feel like you're being, you know, inappropriate or, you know, they're all drab and grey and dreary and boring. And they want to make that the normal level. If you knew what they got up to behind closed doors, you'd find it funny that you were ever influenced by them. But it's just it's our animal nature. You know, there's this animal part of our nature that does want to fit in and doesn't want to rock the boat. But now it's time for you to totally ignore that part of you because, you know, I'm hearing there are people waiting for you with this Queen of Wands, but I do feel like this is about you really bringing energies from the background of your life to the front and center stage of your life, with the Queen of Wands being the best manifester, I would say, in the whole deck. You know, there's manifestors and then there's manipulators. You are a manifester. You align with your higher self. You let it light you up. You understand that you are on a certain frequency, a higher divine frequency, and then everything you need in your reality will be attracted or created by that frequency. So that's your next job, to really allow yourself to be golden astral royalty, and know that when you're on that frequency, only the things that are on that frequency can appear or be part of your reality. Knight of Pentacles here with the Page of Cups. They're saying, you know, you can go quicker than this, all right? Maybe you've used that phrase, slow and steady wins the race, and I get it. But I feel like you've learned everything you can learn in this Knight of Pentacles energy. And, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, funnily enough, is the knight in the entire tarot deck that has already established some sort of wealth. And for you, the wealth is your ancestral legacy. For you, the wealth is all the energy you've been given in your DNA. All right, that's your wealth. Let's see what else they've got to say. You're protected by this ancestral energy as well. You're protected by this divine royal shield that we can see on this card. But as you can see, this character is looking down. You know, it's almost like someone has maybe shamed you or made you feel like you can't be who you are, or they've had too much subconscious influence on you. Now's time to think, screw you, and you know, really do what the divine wants you to do, and to really do what your higher self wants you to do, and become your higher self on the earth plane. Six of Cups energy here. Soul group members, I told you, you're clinging on to friendships or situations that are too low frequency for you. And what they're saying is, when you rise up, these people can choose to rise up with you, or they can choose to sit in the upside down little world, operating from their lower animal nature, or fear and greed and crap, using only their reptilian and their mammalian brains rather than their prefrontal cortex, which connects you up to the divine realm. It connects you with the higher realms. You've got better people to be getting on with. That's what I see here with the Six of Cups. So they want you to get excited, get inspired, and pick up the pace. I'm getting it's time to pick up the pace. Eight of Pentacles. This is your work to be astral royalty. And the Ten of Pentacles, this is what you're heading into. Pure wealth, okay? But to magnetize in all this wealth that will match your genetic coding, they're saying you have to embody that frequency. You have to let your frequency light up and be true to yourself. Be true to your royal essence. Be true to your ancestral legacy, your lineage. And then Ten of Pentacles is wealth in every way, emotional wealth. You know, it's wealth in the reality you're creating, but you have to set your consciousness to that golden channel. You know, consciousness is like TV channels, and you want to be on the sovereign channel. You want to be on the wealth channel, the astral royalty channel, because there are influences in your reality that don't want to see you do this. Okay, maybe they're codependent, maybe they're just weak. I don't know. But they're not here to influence you. It's not their job to influence you, okay? But they can only influence you if you let them. The divine wants you to let the divine influence you, and let your ancestral gifts in your DNA influence you more. And everything you want will manifest. In every instance, choose love over fear. And this is what you're challenged to do, to choose sovereignty, to choose that beautiful feeling of true, divine, heavenly life force energy over caring what other people think, or, you know, letting them unduly influence your subconscious mind because you know they exist on the planet. What would you do every day if the whole world was yours, there was no one else in it, and you had everything you wanted at your disposal? Who would you be then? That's who they want you to be all the time, okay? I'm getting this is like an ancestral knot of protection for you. All right, you've come so far, and you are interwoven. Your fate is interwoven with the entire divine realm, okay? And there's something about things moving back towards you from maybe past lives. I'm hearing television. Maybe you watch too much television, or you're going to be inspired by a certain TV program. I think that's what it is. Or maybe you're going into television. I might pull a card for that one. Give me a second. We've got the elephant, full of wisdom. Okay, and the elephant has been around a long old time. All right, steady ancestral guidance. Okay, they say, imagine you're riding on the back of an elephant like Prince Ali. You know, that's how royal you are. You are astral royalty. And this to me is the promise of your 10 of Pentacles legacy. You're continuing the legacy, excusez-moi, you're continuing the legacy your ancestors began, and you are their precious, cherished child, okay? And they want you to be happy as often as possible. They do not like these devil energies. Show me this knot. Show me. Knight of Cups. Okay, so, you know, the love that you're going forward with is a continuation of the love that's gone into creating you in this moment, but it's rooted so far back on the earth plane. You know, your family have been coming into this world for so long, and they want you to have everything. They want you to have this 10 of Pentacles, and they want you to be happy and golden all the time. King of Pentacles on top of the devil energy. So let your goals and your wealth and your astral royal status replace any fears you have. You know, because fears come from our bodily animal nature, not from the divine. You know, this is about you doing justice to your ancestral. Oh, they keep giving me the word legacy. So you are here to create a legacy, okay? With King of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles, this is your lifetime to really manifest everything you want, to create everything you want, and to be who you know yourself to truly be. Astral royalty. I love you. I'm getting, you know, you're already famous in the astral realm, but what I'm getting is your success is guaranteed. For someone, I am getting that your fame is guaranteed, because you're part of a wonderful legacy, and they want you to know that no matter how your life has looked up till now, that feeling you get when you feel shiny and wonderful and amazing, that's who you truly are. So it's time to embody that. I love you. Mwah.